revolution.
And we're on, we're rocking, we're moving, we're shaking, our toes are tapping, and I'm back in the room. So, just out for a walk, watching me step and make sure I don't slip and fall and kill myself and things like that. It's been a while, so I thought I'd come back and make another video. I just do, you know. And this time I'm just going to highlight some of the low IQ tactics that I've been dealing with from those retards that thought they'd get away with stealing my inheritance that they kept hidden from us for a long time by, you know, paying postal delivery people under the table to, you know, make sure certain documents, court ordered documents, don't make their way to my address that I've been living for quite some time. You know, I get a lot of other deliveries that I order that make it there, you know what I mean, but like court ordered documents somehow magically make their way to a completely different address through making backhanded payments to dodgy Royal Mail delivery postmen and women. Could be one, could be two. I'm getting the feeling it's a man and a woman. And my God, I've picked a spot to come down to today because it's fucking cloggy. But yeah. But don't worry, the people who have you under investigation are aware of the dodgy bastards at Royal Mail who accepted cash bribes under the table to make sure certain court-ordered documents don't make it to my address, to try and keep from me money that's been due to me for quite some time now, that you jealous bastards in my family on both sides have been trying to keep secret while you like devise a plan to, you know, remove me in order for you to get your grubby paws on the fucking jackpot, even if it means employing retards from the Ukraine, who I might add, I just don't know. I just do not know this person. I do not know them whatsoever. Obviously I know that they were a techno DJ from the Ukraine. Now what is it with fucking insecure DJs who have to like start to become competitive with someone they don't even know? Or they become offended by words that's typed out from a keyboard that are in no way meant to be interpreted as threatening or combative or contradictory in any sense of the word. But yet there are these people who find themselves in better positions than myself become outraged by someone who may also have knowledge of music. I mean, I studied music for 7 years, you know, so yeah, I would know a thing or two about it, especially the difference between a kick and a break. Yeah, I just don't always feel the need to use terminology all the time, because I'm not like fucking boring or grey or insecure or have any childhood traumas that are unhealed. Like, there's so many people who find themselves in, you know, positions where they're free to go and play venues and travel around the world. Great for you, I'm happy for you, you know what I mean? Doesn't bother us in the slightest. Like, I'm not someone who needs to be adored or feel like I need to be adored. I'm not someone who feels like I need to have constant validation. I don't constantly need to have my posts to be liked or viewed, even though there's a crazy fucking obsessed CEO from YouTube who stalks my fucking account, making sure I'm shadow banned and a lot of my work doesn't get out there, to try and hide the fact that the people at YouTube are fucking crooks and are heavily into money laundering and stealing people's fucking work, and are part of this fucking cult that tries to steal creativity and remove the person with the creative talent, because they're all part of like this fucking satanic cult that like to harvest people's energy and steal their gifts and their talent and profit from their creativity, their genius, whereas these people are neither creative nor a fucking genius. But they're good at fucking bending over and taking it up the back passage, or you know, they know how to use the mouth, they know how to suck. They know how to suck. But you know, that's by the by. So I've got psychopaths on both sides of my family who are just green with envy, you know what I mean? They're so fucking jealous that like they aren't chosen. Apparently they're upset because they're not the chosen one. Well, you have been chosen. You've been chosen to be a corrupt bastard. You've been chosen to be a backward, low IQ, fucking indolent waste of space with no actual creative talents of your own, but the ability to rob, kill and steal. You know, because you're just jealous. And so you've like employed a whole fucking community, as well as family members on both sides, to come up against it. I mean, but anyway, right, so one of their harebrained schemes was to put us in isolation, you know, because they know if they were to be put in isolation, it would have an effect on their mental. You know what I mean? But I'm someone who thrives because I'm an introvert, and still to this day they don't understand the fucking meaning of the word introvert or introverted. You know, but I'm actually an ambivert, as I've already stated. But they thought that by keeping me isolated, it's a claggy fucking path this. They thought if they keep us in isolation and they withdrew themselves, you know what I mean, got all the family to go against us and withdraw themselves from me, that it would somehow have a negative impact, right? That it would somehow make me feel like lost, like a lost lamb. That it would like, oh no, my family have left me on my own and withdrew themselves from me. Oh no, what will I ever do? That's my best Rick Mail impression. Oh no, what will I ever do? That it would crush us. I mean, but here's the thing, right? These so-called family members that they got to team up and go against me, the thing is, I had nothing to do with them anyway. Nothing to do with them at all. In fact, it's as if a concerted effort went into making sure that I never had anything to do with these people on both sides. Literally, it's like they're not even my family. They certainly don't feel like they're my family. And it's never felt like that. You know what I mean? It's like I've always been on the outside of these people. And, you know, I've been more than happy with that for over 30 years now. Right? So getting them to go silent and withdraw themselves from us when it had nothing to do with them anywhere. It's like, So fucking what? You know what I mean? So fucking what? Like, don't miss them. I certainly won't have anything more to do with them anyway. You know, it's like they've never been a part of my life. They've always been kept isolated from us anyway. So I didn't ever miss them then. I don't miss them now. And like, the thought to their logic was that I would come back. You know what I mean? Because they succeeded in fucking making us homeless. Briefly, so that didn't last very fucking long. You know? And they thought, like, by getting us homeless, like getting us out of my home, stripping us of all possibility of earning money, you know what I mean, and turning all the family against us. Not that I have much to do with these people anyway, you know what I mean, so I couldn't give a fuck about them anyway. Right? But what turned out to be, it's just like, I ended up having a great time up in North Berwick, learning how to survive on nothing, and then come back home. To which point, as soon as I got home, not more than 5 hours, the psycho jabber the slut had us arrested for false charges. So many false charges have been made against us. It's unreal, to be honest with you. But yeah, so they thought like they would put us in such a predicament that I would be lost and that I would need their help. I mean, the fat idiot that I've had nothing to do with for over 8 years, and I'm still fucking over the moon that I've had nothing to do with it, lives in this delusional fucking fantasy as if by somehow making my life hard. No, because obviously she thinks I always get whatever I want and my life's so fucking easy. But considering I've had nothing to do with it for many years, I mean, even when I was going to university, I had nothing to do with it, other than when I wanted like the use of a car to pick up my stuff from like the apartment that I was sharing with other students on other courses. You know what I mean? But other than that, I didn't have anything to do with it then. And this fucking psycho has always been in a private competition with us. I mean, even the degree she went for, which was psychology or something like that, she got a first class honours. A first class honours, yeah. She didn't get it the hard way, put it that way. Or whatever she was sucking on might have been hard, but she didn't do it through hard work or true grit. You know? It's quite apparent now that everything that fat waste of space does is done through cheating. It's done the hard way, not the easy way. Like, get the right way around. She's done it the easy way, not the hard way, apart from the fucking cock she'll have been sucking. Or whatever bullshit she's been doing in order to manipulate to get that fucking first class honours for psychology. Psycho the rapist, you know, psychotherapist. Psycho the rapist. I mean, I haven't got time for these type of people anyway. Because a lot of them are middle class fucking twits who've never really had a difficult life. They've been well provided for, you know what I mean? They might not have had the emotional support, you know what I mean? But like, they certainly haven't had to go through what I've had to go through. And I might say confidently that yes, I do make it look easy. And because I make things look effortlessly, people think they can just do it as well. But when they attempt it, they realise, yes, I may make it look easy, but certainly it isn't fucking easy what I've had to go through, psychologically, physically, spiritually. You know what I mean? But I'm a hard bastard. I persevere. I know how to endure. I know how to keep going. Whereas these fucking freaks don't. They're the ones that do all the shortcuts. They're the ones that like keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, never learning nothing. And then yet these same clowns think they also have some sort of wisdom. Wisdom of what? You have the wisdom of repeat. Of being a recidivist. You just continuously repeat the same shit over and over and over again. Right? So yeah, they thought they could break us down, remove all the family away from us, get us homeless, get us like hooked on drugs, get us all drinking, you know, like to the point where I'm broken, you know what I mean, I'm down. So the lies that they said about us when they perjured themselves in a court of law would ring true. Because let's not forget, they had the Ginger Ninja. You know, the fucking idiot from 2 doors up the street who thinks she can just park a car anywhere and that no one has to see a problem with it. You know, because she's one of those woke imbeciles that thinks she can do and say whatever she wants because she has a vagina and she can do whatever she wants and go wherever she wants and park wherever she fucking wants and uses anyone's fucking front garden or back garden apart from her own outside and park the fucking car there. Because you know what? Like, parking away from your house to take your shopping back up to your house is so much easier than parking your car outside of your own fucking house with minimal distance to travel when taking things from out the back of your car. You know, because parking away from your property makes so much more fucking sense, doesn't it? But anyway, yes, this ginger idiot with a fucking arsehole partner, the pal, the penis in the arse lover, who I'll get to it. But you know what I mean? But anyway, this fucking ginger idiot brought me into her home and told me out of her mouth that my family on both sides, unsure of the number of people involved, but it's a lot, had stolen an inheritance from me and that I was adopted. Or stolen from fucking hospital or switched at birth or something like that, you know what I mean? She told me that, you know what I mean? And that's something I'm not going to fucking forget. And not only that though, she was like fucking tapping my phone lines through the aid of corrupt fucking police and monitoring my fucking phone calls and invading my fucking privacy. You know what I mean? So that house that you live in and that car that you drive will be liquidated because, yes, I'm taking you to fucking court as well as that dozy bastard you've got there with you. Is that another fucking clown that's trying to hack into my fucking YouTube accounts and other things like that on social media? Is it? Because the thing is, I mean, I deleted the comments, but there was only 2 comments. Only 2. Just like the number of people who live in the house 2 doors up from me now. Made 2 comments. One like, oh, don't say the problem. Well, no, a fucking woke idiot like yourself who thinks because you've got a vagina you can do and say what you want won't see a problem because you just think you can park where you fucking want and no one's got to say anything. You know what I mean? You park anywhere other than outside of your fucking house, which is closest to you. Shortest distance to carry things from your vehicle to your house, vice versa. You know what I mean? And you can't see a problem with that. That's because you're not right in the fucking head. That's why I put mental health awareness, because there's some, well, you know, let's face it, you're going to be doing a lot of time in prison. You and Borean Grey, that dozy cunt that you're shacked up with in your house. Oh, because, you know, you're all a bunch of teapots. Oh, this is my handle, this is my spout. Pour me up, tip me up and pour me out. There's a lot of use around this fucking teapots. I'm a teapot, this is my handle. But you know, but yeah, so you were in on it, giving us advice to go to Scotland because it's free to roam. Hopefully that I'll get further away from home as I can, so you can clarify that I'm left home, I'm homeless, I'm on the streets, and I've got all kinds of vices, and I'm like, you know, unstable and aggressive. So you can make all the lies that you'd perpetrated in court stick, so you would get away with perjury. And then let's not forget that you were hired, Ginger, to dig up dirt on me, to which you found none, and so you fabricated false evidence, didn't you? And then you submitted that false report to a court of law and committed perjury, didn't you, Ginger Nuts? But I don't see a problem with it. Well, no, you wouldn't, would you? Because you're a fucking idiot that thinks you can see and do what you want. There was only 2 comments made that I deleted them because I'm not responding to retards who have committed crimes against us and then trying to, like, come at me with your righteous indignation. That's fucking hilarious. So no, but what I will do is take the piss out of you. Because the period, I mean, that cunt you shacked up with, it's like the reverse of Dorian Gray, like he's had his charismatic attitude sucked out into a painting and given the fucking characteristics and hallmarks of an accountant. Dull and grey and boring. Fucking hell. I mean, fuck, he must be desperate to put up with some cunt like you, Fat Penguin, who's only got 1 dog now. Now, can you remember? Over a year ago, And I said, because we all know you've got fake YouTube accounts, and you start my account because you commented on my account on the 2 fake accounts that used to righteous indignation cunts who created to spy and stalk on us. And yes, I triggered you and got you to react like the fucking retards that you are, but it's alright, you're all under investigation anyway. But I've lost my fucking thread now. It's gone. Yeah, but so let's not forget, you were hired to dig up dirt which you couldn't find, and so you fabricated false evidence and handed it in to a court of law. And then you told me that both family on both sides had teamed together, collaborated to keep this inheritance hidden from me. Well, you've all hatched a plan, because you've all been paid, haven't you? You've all had your palms greased. As you thought of ways to get rid of us, or, you know, slander and defame our name by perpetuating a mountain of lies that have all been debunked, because I've not responded or acted in any of the ways that you try to fabricate, or the narrative you try to steer in your favour has collapsed. And you're all heavily under investigation now. And you're all being watched. And yes, they know you've got a fake YouTube account. You and that boring cunt who traded his energetic charisma for that of a boring, dull, pointless accountant. Some cunt that's probably always trying to hack my YouTube account, my Instagram account, so you can spy on us and monitor us. And whoever it is who's using the Linux desktop, I've got you screenshotted, right? You are an unknown who's been having sessions on my YouTube account. That's why I have to keep changing the fucking password every 2 or 3 days now, just to keep abreast of it. Then uninstalling Instagram and then reinstalling it and changing the password, because you can't uninstall fucking YouTube on an Android phone because it's fucking embedded. Because Google are fucking psycho control freaks who just want to monitor everything, like with fucking Alexa. People used to joke about wiretaps when they used to make phone calls in the 80s and 90s. Now you speak to the cunt in your house, it's just fucking monitoring you and listening to your conversations. But you know, and then like artificial with the birth of artificial intelligence. There's nothing artificial about the intelligence you're communicating with, put it that way, you know? Nothing artificial about it at all. Disembodied demonic fucking spirits, definitely. Using quantum, like computing, to tap into the ether, opening portals, and you know, extracting things from other dimensions that shouldn't be in our realm, basically, and attach them to like technology whereby you think you just talk to a computer that is like algorithmic learning. No, that's the guys, and it's just like, oh yeah, they do lovely artwork, pictures. Oh, they can find anything out. They can tell you how to manage your finances, how to make the world a better place, and that's how it starts. And like in the Matrix, you know, that wasn't a film, that was a documentary, but they're telling you about the future, the foreshadowing, the casting ahead in advance of what's to come.
What if I told you the Matrix was right when it said 1999 was the peak of human civilization? Think about it. At the end of the 20th century, we had the perfect mix. Technology was exciting but not invasive. The internet was a tool, not a cage. And we still valued face-to-face connections. In the movie, they called it living in a dream world, maybe because we believed everything they told us. Civilization was living in a bubble, shielded from the ugly truths of the system. They also said, at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI. Prophetic, isn't it? Because right now we're doing just that, celebrating AI, letting it write, create, and even think for us. But here's the scary part. The more it does, the less we do. Just like they said, the moment AI started thinking for us, it stopped being our civilization and started being theirs. And here's the kicker: evolution, Morpheus, evolution. And that line wasn't just about machines getting smarter. It's about humanity giving up control, letting the systems we created define what evolution even means. We've gone from shaping the world to being shaped by it. So where is this all heading? A society where algorithms make all the big decisions, where we're plugged into screens 24/7, living in curated realities. It's what they warned us about, but we don't even see it because we're too busy marveling at how convenient everything's become. The Matrix didn't just predict the future, it showed us the path we were already on. And the question is, do we keep walking it, or do we finally wake up? I'm going to go ahead and say this is just a joke for entertainment purposes.
You're all engaging with it, you know. Belphegor, I think that one of the principalities of the seven deadly sins name is called. Because you've got Belphegor, Asmodeus, obviously Satan and Lucifer. I have to remember the other ones, but Belphegor is one of lust and laziness. And I was introducing you to new technologies. And like, there's a lot of I'm guilty of it myself, to be honest with you. But we all become Eves, all tempted by the forbidden knowledge from the tree of forbidden knowledge, sampling the fruits. But we're all guilty of that one, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to be less curious when it comes to new technology and be more aware of what it is that's being presented to us, because a lot of this technology is all from the military industrial complex anyway. Military forces have been using it for decades until they market it and sell it to us and put people up like frontmen such as like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and they market it because they're good at selling it, not that they were the actual inventors of it. That's all just like Elon Musk, husky musky. They're just frontmen, but they all work for the same governor, the one downstairs. But yeah, so I'll veer off topic a little bit there, but yeah, so they're all trying to break our spirit and try and have us like lost and desolate and broken, full of vices. So the narrative that they're trying to steer towards their favour would appear true, but nothing like you've said, all the lies you've told, and no matter what you try to do, it's just going to swing in my favour. It's going to be great for me and bad for you. I mean, they even got some idiot who I don't know, right, who's parading herself around as if like we were some sort of couple at one point, and that she's some sort of an ex. She's not even that. She's a stranger, or he's a stranger. She's a stranger. Or just like sleeping with fucking anything with a pulse, young or old or too young, right? And so they try to employ that fucker to seduce us, because I believe this little tosspot from Ukraine was well versed in the dark arts, or you know what I mean, or manipulating people, because you know it's insecure, no self-respect, no morals, self-loathing, hates themselves, full of fucking hatred and bitterness, and just constantly wants to like provocate or instigate, or you know what I mean, some kind of fracas or disturbance or grievance, always on the lookout for causing problems, argumentative, highly argumentative. But these are the things that I found out. But they thought they could get that person in to try and seduce us and then poison us, or sell us up for a sacrifice.
Sacrifice ours!
Because these people have fucking already sold us. So I've been sold apparently to these fucking cults and covens. I think there's been 3 of them. And I think at this moment in time we've got about 60 eyes on us. Of varying degrees of good and bad. And they thought they could like get here to try and break my heart. I mean, bearing in mind this is someone I don't know, who's never talked to us. And when I attempted to talk to them, they just ghosted us, ignored us, played child's games. So I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do, then that's what you've got to do, do you know what I mean? But I'm just going to go and move on to something else. It's not going to stop me, because at the end of the day, right, you can't break us, because it's not your responsibility for my happiness. It's my responsibility. So I don't need a woman to be happy. I don't need people around us to be happy. Do you know what I mean? I'm an introvert. I like my own company. I like being in my own energy. And, you know, I find ways and means to make myself happy, because that's my responsibility, nobody else's. So if you want to play kids games, or clam up and close up and go cold and ignore people when they're trying to reach out and communicate with you, then look, that's your choice, right? I could like scream and shout and get all bitter and nasty, but I can't. I can only control what I do. I can't control what other people do. So if you make these choices, fair enough. I just have to accept that and move on. But like, as regards to my idiot fucking family and all that, who employed this fucking idiot who I don't even know, who never spoke to us, who never made any kind of fucking connection, other than like trying to do fucking spell work on us and death magic and fucking love spells and like I hear that used to creepy cunts, fatty and skinny, like putting period blood in people's food to try and bind them with the love spells and things like that. I mean, that's fucking gross. I'm pleased, like, you know, I didn't succumb to anywhere period blood in people's food. That's fucking gross. I mean, I think they're doing it to themselves and each other because they're fucking backward. But like I say, I can only control my actions. I can only control my life, and I'm responsible for my happiness. Do you know what I mean? So I can reach out and I can try to engage and talk to you. But if you're going to clam up or get shy or just ignore people and go cold, or in the other respect, this idiot from the Ukraine doing things maliciously to try and like fucking break my heart. Oh, I might have a strong fucking fart, but I don't know about breaking my heart. But you know, no, like, you did everything haphazardly without any real thought. You had like a plan, but you didn't know how to execute it. You just rushed into it, and you celebrated too early. All you Zapguns having these fucking parties and sex orgies and giving each other fucking incurable STDs and this, that, and the other, so on and so forth, etc., etc. And you just shot yourselves in the back. And it's like this: no matter how much you continue this charade of chicanery, of you continuously sending out spiritual attacks, hiring people to come and attack us and things like that, it's just going to backfire, and you're just going to make a more speedier exit expeditiously into your own fucking grave, 6 foot under, pushing up the daisies. And I'm not going to lie, I'll be glad to see the back of you, all of you who fucking took part, because I'm not interested. I keep getting messages that people who stabbed us in the back is going to come back and give us an apology. You're wasting your time. Couldn't give a fuck about your apology. Shove up your ass. It's not going to change a goddamn thing. So just learn to like fucking accept your fate, move on, and stay out of my fucking way. Because I'm done with all of yous. You're all a waste of fucking space. You're all backstabbing, useless fucking pieces of shit that I have no wish to be a part of, or engage with, or converse with ever again. You can all just go on fuck off. Just keep fucking off until you get so far that you fucked off. Just keep fucking off some more until you fucked completely off. And yeah, I think I'll just leave it there for now, because it's 7 minutes past 6. Almost 2 more minutes and the sun will have set. But yeah, I'll just leave it there, and I'll come back with another one at some point when I feel like it, because there's more to talk about. There's more. But yeah, I'll just leave it there for now, and I guess I'll see you later.